race broadcast is Barney Hall.
To another episode of Truck Talks. In this episode, we're just going to talk about the race that just happened. As you can see, it's getting dark. It was a 4-hour race that I just watched. It was a really good race, too. There's a lot to talk about. Let's start off with the fact that Kevin Harvick and Erik Jones both wrecked pretty early on into the race, which could really damage their chances of going on. Not Kevin Harvick. He's only dropped down to 4th in the standings, even though he missed over 125 laps, I think it was. But it's really gonna hurt Erik Jones because he's at the back of the playoffs now. He's 20 points behind Brad Keselowski. He's now in first, and that really hurt him. You could see his frustration on his face after his wreck, and Kevin Harvick too. Thank God Kevin Harvick finally crashed. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Kevin Harvick's just been way too long, and he deserved it. Let's just talk about wrecks in general. We had, I think it was 9 out of the 12 out of the 16. It wasn't even that. It was all right. Here we go. 13 out of the 16 playoff drivers actually were involved in a wreck some way or another, which is pretty crazy. And all contributing to this, I think, was the heat. It made the track really slick. They were slipping and sliding everywhere. 11 cautions when it ended the race. We ended the race with 11 total cautions. That's a lot of cautions. 1 red flag at the end. Everyone was involved in the wreck. It was kind of looked like a Daytona or Talladega race out there with all those wrecks. So that was pretty wild. And then only ones that wrecked out was Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Erik Jones, obviously. I think that was all the playoff drivers that actually wrecked out. They just all had damage. No, I think there's more. Kurt Busch might have wrecked out, but that was like 2 laps to go. So I didn't really pay attention to that because he wasn't going to lose that many positions with that. But Erik Jones really bummed he lost that. He was the big loser of today's race, really. And then Austin Dillon, who really surprised me. Austin Dillon, he started off the playoff position in last today, and now he's in 8th, I believe, after surviving the whole race. He was one of the 3 cars that wasn't involved in any kind of wreck or anything. So hats off to Austin Dillon. Great finish for him. So great job, Austin Dillon. I did not see that coming. And then Jimmie Johnson, he had a great day, and then he just got involved with a wreck with Alex Bowman. 2 playoff drivers involved with the wreck, both out. Not both out. They both survived it, but they obviously lost a couple laps trying to repair it. So Jimmie Johnson, he was having a good day. Not anymore. He just needs to survive till Dover, and Dover's his best track, so he really needs to do well at Dover. Kyle Busch even wrecked, believe it or not. Not really wrecked. He could just kind of got loose, went into the grass. Luckily, a splitter did not break, so he's all right there. Kept going, salvaged the top 10 finish, just like Kyle Busch usually does. Then let's transition over to the win, and that was Brad Keselowski. Huge win for him. 500th for Penske. As you saw in the video, it was a big win for Brad Keselowski and Penske. Penske and Sonoma, of course, for the IndyCar season finale. So he was unable to congratulate him, but 500th win, that's pretty good, I think. For that 500th team win for Penske in all racing series. So that's IndyCar, that's NASCAR, and I think they are in the the 24-hour series. I don't know. I forget what that's called, but I'm pretty sure they're in that. That might be it for them, and then I think they have some off-roading races too. Then you have the epic battle for second, which was also in that video we saw, which was Truex fighting Larson down to the line. Little tap, little bump. Larson able to get the lead. Or not the lead, able to pick up second. Ryan Blaney, he looked really promising. I was hoping he was going to get that. With the ninth restart, he was able to get up there, and he just couldn't hold on. He had spun his tires in the last start. The outside was a really bad place to start today. Everyone was spinning their tires out there. So that was not a good place to restart. Bottom, great. Bottom was great on the restarts, but when you have the small traffic after the restart, the high side was the way to go, it looked like. And then on the long runs, you kind of move back to the lower side. So that's pretty much all I have to say here for this race. Great race. There's always a race replay tomorrow morning. I suggest you record it. It is a great race. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.